Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video I bring you a now rare model from Autoart, which is an Audi Quattro, which I will show you up close and then tell you about the history of the car and the downfall of Group B. Sit back, follow me and enjoy the video. For me, this is the heyday of Autoart. Check out this quality box. I think these Autoart have the nicest box. I really like the pictures on it, and not all models have it, but quite a few models have a short little description of the car. Unfortunately, in the mid-2000s, the all-around plexiglass version became more common, which I think is less beautiful than this version, and today's composite models are completely uniform blue-black or red-black. Now let's see what's in the box. Let's take a look at this called Quattro. For a model that is about 20 years old, the details, such as the headlights, are still beautiful. Every little detail is still there today, and after all this time it hasn't become obsolete. The rims are very nice and the brake discs and calipers are quite lifelike. I really like the darkened rear brake lights and the coupe badge in the middle, but the Audi and Quattro emblems on the rear are also very nice touches. My other favorite detail is the Audi logo on the doors. The bonnet vents are cut out like on the real car, and the manufacturer has not forgotten the tinted strip on the windscreen. And in the rear windscreen, you'll find the Quattro badge, which is also a heater. Now let's take a look inside. At that time, the quality of the Autoart was not to be complained about. Very nice details on the floor, upholstery of course. The dashboard also has the Quattro emblem. The Audi Sport steering wheel and digital odometer look very nice. But there are some details that are less nice today, like the pedals, but apart from that, it still holds its own. The trunk is also upholstered and the spare wheel is located here. The details of the chassis of the model have also been carefully taken care of by Autoart. I really like the different color of the exhaust and the fact that there are half shafts everywhere, which is not obvious for manufacturers of today's all-wheel drive models. The engine bay detailing is also very high quality, nice to look at. Today's models at this price are more detailed, but this Quattro has nothing to be ashamed of. To summarize the model, the Audi Quattro already exists from a few manufacturers outside Autoart. There's the Sunstar opening version, which has a front like this one, but I think that model is much below Autoart in terms of quality. The other manufacturer that released it was Minichamps in this scale. They even released the old early headlight version, which I think is a Solido level at a much higher price. Also, there was still the GT Coupe from Automobile, which was a good alternative until the price started to go up, and on the GT line, MCG is still available. So I say to you, if you want a Quattro, then Autoart is definitely the best choice, but let's see how much it costs. Currently, the cheapest item available at the time of this video is a damaged model for just over $280. This is followed by one in a mint boxed condition for nearly $430. Honestly, these prices are shocking, but if you are looking for one, don't give up, as it recently sold for a little over $210, which is a much more friendly price. So I'd say it's not impossible to get this model at a good price. As the 1980s began, rivalry between European manufacturers became increasingly fierce. Alongside Formula One, rally racing was becoming more popular and everyone wanted to show that their development was the best on the track, but everyone went in a different direction. As the German DTM became more and more popular, BMW and Mercedes-Benz went in the same direction, and Audi's newly developed drive system justified the rally line. In 1980, Audi introduced the B2 Coupe, which could be divided into two parts. There was the Coupe GT and the Quattro. The Coupe was essentially only available with naturally aspirated engines in 4 or 5-cylinder versions and was mostly front-wheel drive, while the Quattro was only available with 5-cylinder turbo engines and, as the name suggests, all-wheel drive. The name Quattro means 4 in Italian, which refers to the fact that all 4 wheels of the car are driven, and this generation of Quattro is also called urquattro, which means ancient quattro in German because it was the first. The interesting thing about the car is that the simple GT version was designed by the famous Italian designer Giorgetto Giugiaro. The Quattro was introduced at the 1980 Genova Auto Show and was powered by a unique 2.1-liter 10-valve 5-cylinder turbo unit with intercooler. It was a very modern technology at the time, and its 200 horsepower was astonishing, resulting in a 0 to 100 km per hour time of 7.1 seconds and a top speed of over 220 km per hour. In 1980, the rally version based on the street version made its debut, and in 1981, Mitchell Mouton became the first woman to win a rally in a Quattro. In 1983, the Quattro A1 made its debut and won the Swedish and Portuguese rallies. With the A2, Hannu Mikkola and Walter Röhrl won a total of 8 rallies in 1983 and 1984. In 1984, the Sport Quattro S1 was developed, which was shorter than the basic version, and its 5-cylinder turbo engine was increased by almost 100 horsepower compared to the A2, bringing its power output to 450 horsepower. Audi produced 214 of the street version, of which 14 were ordered by the Sultan of Oman. Its staggering 306 horsepower produced incredible power that put Porsches and Ferraris to shame. Its 0 to 100 km per hour acceleration of 5.6 seconds is still a staggering figure today, and its top speed of 250 km per hour was incredible in those days. But back to the normal Quattro. By 1983, the model had new headlights. The 4-square headlight were replaced by a single large and get a digital dashboard. From 1985, the rear lights were tinted, the front headlights and grille were changed, and the cockpit was also new. In 1987, the 2.2 engine and the Torsen central differential debuted, and in 1988, the 20-valve version came out with a new cylinder head, which was later inherited by the S2, S4, and S6, and was also the basis for the RS2. Production was finally ended in 1991, after just under 11,500 had been built. Interestingly, the Austrian pop star Falco, who died in 1998, had such an Quattro. And if you want to see an exciting episode of the car, check out this episode of Ed China and Mike Brewer's Wheeler Dealers. Let's get back to the rally. By the start of Group B, the cars were producing up to 500 horsepower, so tragedies were to be expected. In addition to the high speeds, the large number of spectators was also a potential danger. In 1984, Ari Vatanen was so badly injured in an accident in Argentina that he could only return after a long period of rehabilitation. On May 2, 1985, Attilio Bettega, pilot of the Lancia 037, was died in the 4th stage of the Tour de Course after losing control of the car and crashing the driver's side door into a tree. Fortunately, his navigator survived. In 1986, another tragedy occurred when Joaquim Santos, the driver of the Ford RS 1200, lost control of the Ford and crashed into the spectators, injuring 31 spectators and died 3. Also in 1986, and on the first anniversary of Bettega's death in the Corsica Rally, Henry Toivonen, driving a Lancia Delta S4, skidded and flew off the road and into the trees where he and his navigator were died. A few weeks later, another Group B fatality occurred at a smaller, non-World Championship rally. Formula One driver Mark Zurer entered an RS 200 in the Hessen Rally, where he crashed into a tree. The car exploded and the Swiss driver survived the accident with serious injuries, while his navigator and good friend Michel Weider was died. While Audi left the sport with immediate effect, the FIA made a decision. From 1987, they banned Group B cars and made Group A the first division of the championship again. The planned successor, Group S, was also abolished and only revived in 1997 as WRC, which is still the top class in the championship today. According to the rules, Peugeot also had to make 200 of the street version, and that's how the 205 T16 was born. The street version was considerably more restrained than the rally. It had four-wheel drive, and its 1.8-liter engine produced 1,200 horsepower, giving a 0 to 100 km/h sprint of 7.3 seconds and a top speed of a modest 214 km/h. The Lancia Delta S4 was also produced in 200 units and, like the Peugeot, its 1.8-liter Fiat-based turbocharged and supercharged engine produced 250 horsepower, also with all-wheel drive. It accelerated from 0 to 100 km/h in 6 seconds and had a top speed of 225 km/h. Ford has also met the requirements and has reached the 200 units produced. In this case, the engine was a 1.8-liter power on it with the same power output as the Delta, making 250 horsepower. Acceleration was just over 5 seconds and top speed was almost 230 km/h. In addition to these, there were the MG Metro 6R4, the Citroën BX4TC, the Porsche 959, and the Ferrari 288 GTO, and other manufacturers such as Toyota with the MR2 and Mitsubishi with the Starion. This is the end of the video. Thank you for your kind attention. I will be back with a new video soon. Write in the comments section which was your favorite Group B car and which is your favorite Audi model car. If you liked the video, please like it, and if you haven't already, please subscribe, and if you don't want to miss out on similar content, hit the bell icon. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.